Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, today we're going to be testing out Rinak. These, of course, are my first impressions for the character, and based on what we've seen, we're going to be testing her at max speed and see how much damage she could do. But without further ado, let's actually break down and talk about Rinak and her kit alongside the build that I have her on. To start, let's go over her kit. As you probably could tell from Rinak's kit, she is very focused on speed, and more specifically, she cannot crit. However, she does penetrate the target's defense entirely, and the amount of damage that she deals scales specifically with the caster's speed. Additionally, after she uses her attack with S3, she dispels all buffs from herself, and she stuns herself while dealing a bunch of fixed damage to all enemies, and this is an ignore effect resistance, activation. Now, in terms of her S2 reads that she swiftly attacks the enemy, dispelling all buffs before decreasing combat readiness of an enemy or of an enemy by 50% once you max it, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, I think it's 40. However, I think it's 50%. And then inflicting pilfer. Now, pilfer is a unique effect which essentially steals stats from the enemy. And with pilfer, you also gain the added effect, which is spoils, which gives you the value or gives you the stats that you steal from pilfer. In addition to this, she also grants herself attack buff for 2 turns and an extra turn. And you can soul burn this for 20 souls in order to ignore ER. So in some cases, or in most cases, if you aren't if you are able to bring a book or aren't fighting against Bellion, you can actually guarantee the spoil steal. Now, her S1 is it's pretty standard, nothing super special. It's just a penetrating attack. However, what I think is really interesting about this skill and attack in general is that the combination of pilfer, spoil into S3 while giving yourself an attack increase looks like this S3 will do a lot of damage. Now, based on what we've seen from the showcase video, it does look like they want Rinak to be a character that can potentially even one-shot someone like Hua Young, which is amazing, fantastic. But let's actually go over the build. Now, of course, I do think that there is an incentive to be faster, and given that she is 329 base speed, well, she's kind of got that going for her. Now, again, to be clear, there's a good chance that you don't actually need to be 323 speed in order to actually have effective or a good time when playing Rinak. But for the sake of this, I'm going to try her at my max speed to see how she does. That said, you should know that in terms of Rinak's actual abilities themselves, or rather her artifact also provides her attack while also giving her a special effect, which is that when she when she ends her turn and has a debuff, in other words, in some cases where she'd use her S3 and she has her stun, she actually gives herself combat readiness push in addition to giving herself stealth for 2 turns, which is of course enough for her to get out of the stun cycle. Now, again, in terms of her build, it would be amazing, I'm sure, if I could run something like hit set in case if on the rare occasion I don't end up having something like soul burn. But otherwise, I have her right now at max attack at 3,900 to see how much damage she does, and I'm gonna use her artifact. I could imagine potentially maybe something like a Wind Rider or something else could also work. However, keep in mind that Wind Rider is not the same sort of protection that you'd get from discrete hands. In terms of other options, however, I think maybe there's some value in using something like Sword of Winter Shadow if you want to steal souls from the enemy, or rather if you want to give yourself attack. However, I do think that the other maybe potentially annoying artifact that you could use on her include the evasion artifacts or Sword of Secret Storm or Storm Sword Secret Art. Whatever the case is, though, I do think that her artifact was specifically made for her. Maybe there's an argument for something like a portrait to be used as well. However, I think a lot of players are going to be reliant on the fixed damage. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with Arena, see how the landscape looks right now. Now, okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to re-roll this real fast because that looks a little bit too cringe. Okay, but the first thing I want to see when it comes to Rinak is actually just how good this character is for one-shotting a character just out of nowhere. Now, with that, of course, I think it would be nice if I had some protection for her, so I am going to give her you know, Arunka, but this is an AoE team, so maybe Arunka isn't too good here. Instead, then I'm gonna take something like my Celine, but actually, no, I'm not gonna take Celine. I'm gonna take Abigail just to make sure she's okay. Where are you, Abigail? Let me make sure Abigail is geared. Excuse me, I'm still not entirely recovered, as you could probably tell. Sorry, I'm gonna take Abigail here. I'm also gonna take Bride Senya just to be safe. And okay, this is gonna be the team that we run. Oh, I knew it. She was missing something. Oh, she doesn't have an artifact. That's okay. Let's give her anything really. I guess we can give her a Champions Trophy. Okay. Let's take a look. So in theory here, I should be the fastest. And if I simply hit a character that pilfers, we should be in an okay spot. Again, to be clear, I have to attack the enemy if I'm not mistaken here. So maybe there's a chance that we could one-shot some of the tank characters. Again, this gives myself, or this gives Rinak an attack increase and an extra turn. So maybe there's even an argument for us to one-shot someone like the Bellion. I don't think that's going to be the case here, to be clear, but I do want to see how much damage this will do. I steal some stats from the Bellion. They got pilfered. I've got 11,000 HP. Let's test first initial explosion. Oh, if she doesn't die. Okay. Let's not change exactly, or let's not forget what happened here. So to kind of summarize briefly, like obviously, yes, the Bellion survived. However, the Bellion survived with another Mort shield, which I do think kind of skews things a little bit. That was a pretty substantial amount of damage, though. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty impressive, to be honest. Oh gosh. I just realized. Is she dead? Oh, she is. Okay, that was unfortunate. Okay, all right. Honestly, it is what it is. We got countered straight on the hit, the actual S3 hit, which is, you know, unfortunate. However, I do think that damage-wise, that looked really, really good. I'm gonna keep rolling until we could actually see like maybe a raw Hua Young or something that we could hit. I am curious about how much damage that actually does, because again, although this might not win every single individual match, I think that there is something to be said about if we can fully or specifically dedicate one character just to blowing up, like let's say someone like a Candy or a Hua Young. I think that's pretty valuable. Okay, I'm going to take this combo instead. Okay, Rinak, if she just throws a bomb on someone, should be okay. Okay, let us. Okay, surely we don't need souls. Like, this is not ER, right? Okay. And throw a bomb. That animation is so cute, by the way. 18,300 damage. 18,300 damage, and you don't need to crit, obviously, so like we're in an okay spot. Wow, that is I mean, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. That is a pretty disgusting amount of damage if I'm just keeping it if I'm keeping it 100. I don't even like the Candy from, like, obviously she didn't counter me, but the Candy just disappeared, you know? That's not an insignificant amount of damage either, to be honest. That right there. Okay, I'm gonna steal this. Okay, give myself another barrier. Okay, it's 3F, so I should actually hit here. Oh, wait. So I'm off a turn? Wait. Okay, we're stealing stats from her too. Oh, wow. Actually, for what it's worth, that does a pretty... Wait. Wait, this is perfect? Ooh, wait. That was actually... Wait, that was fantastic timing, actually. We barely survived. Wow, 7,000 damage. I mean, like, obviously she is like super extremely squishy, but I mean, in certain teams, I mean, I'm sure you could see the value there. I mean, I just instantly took out a threat, and in certain team compositions, I mean, I'm assuming, you know, there are definitely teams where people will take out the Hua Young, or they'll have the Hua and they try to, you know, deal with the fact that there is a or they try to mitigate the fact that you try to one-shot someone, and they'll take Hua so you can't one-shot one of their important targets. Oh, I gotta see if this is doable on Abyssal Euphine. The real question is, okay, I've got an idea for a team. Essentially, or in theory, if I have... Okay, in theory, if I one-shot the... if I one-shot this and I have Elagos, I think we should be fine. Okay, I just need a few speed pieces. Apologies. Sorry, I know this is like an on-the-fly audible, but... Okay, okay, whatever. This is close enough. I'm fairly certain. I think I'll cut. That's like the crazy thing. All right. I think I'm cooking up a storm right now. All right. Let's not go too crazy here. I think I'm cooking a little hard. But in theory, if I stun and kill, so okay, so let's steal here. Pilfer. Okay, and we use the S3. That is pretty close, to be honest. That is really close. That's, I mean, like 18,000. That, I think that kills a majority of. I feel like that kills a majority of Abyssal Euphines. Like, you know, it might not in this case, but I feel like you could very easily argue that this is I feel like you could definitely argue that there was some potential here. Like, obviously I didn't kill quite enough, but I mean, actually this team kind of cooked. I was kind of brewing it in my head to be, you know, one of these teams where like, oh, you know, like something has to like not work out, or something won't be perfect. But I mean, I got to kill the Bloodblade Karen. I mean, the Abyssal Euphine died straight after, and it, like, I obviously could have gotten, you know, countered or something, but that was like just a hair off of being perfect. I am a big fan of that though, actually. I really like the way that looked. Now I'm kind of curious what would happen if I ran something like this. All right. Oh wait, is my Briar not geared? Oh, she doesn't have a neck. Well, now I'm really curious. Hold up. Let's take a look. Okay, so we can basically... Oh, actually, okay. presumably here, Rinak will not be able to one-shot the Hua Yang because there's an Ilanov. That would be my assumption. That was pretty damn close though. Wow, I'll tell you what, that was pretty close though. Wow, Rinak is wow, even with Ilanov, that was a pretty impressive amount of damage. I mean, I'm speechless. That is okay. All right. I can't only sit in here in RT. I can't only sit in arena. That looks, I don't know what to say. That's kind of cooking up a storm. Okay, hold up. I gotta put a few pieces of gear back on some of my characters because I went a little bit above and beyond with the gear that I had on. Let's take a look. Yeah, that character, I don't even know what to say. That Rinak. Okay. For what it's worth, though, I think the character is obviously incredibly she looks obviously fantastic. I think the elephant in the room is obviously, it's going to be the ML Arunca. Now, to be clear, just even from my own testing prior to this video, I already know that she is going to struggle a little bit against that character. No one truly has their Arunca at 0 HP, which is why I think things are going to be a little hairy. And obviously, as you're about to see in a second, I'm going to have Arunca come up and wow, surprise. I am expecting to suffer a little bit here. But I do think that perhaps with a little bit of cooking, we can chef something up. Okay, I also don't know exactly if Rinak needs to be that fast. 323 speed is obviously fantastic, but I don't think we're actually in a position where that always has to be the case. I actually, now that I'm seeing this, I think this guy might be just cooked, period, now. Okay, I mean, because realistically, what I was thinking here is that, well, if Rinak can deal with a water unit or like one of the more annoying answers to fire Lidica, that would be great. I don't even think I banned this. I think actually it's better for me to ban Arunca here. All right, so here's the thing. I can pilfer. Wait a sec. I can pilfer this character. And I can just bomb the character. And they're just gone, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think this character is just kaput. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, okay, I think I'm a fan. I've got to say, I think I'm a fan of what just happened here. I can admit it. That was pretty sick. Wow, that was amazing, actually. All right. Okay. We have turned off the counter from Aiden. That's fine. She's got her attack increase. I mean, we've still got We've still got a stack on the flan. Okay, that doesn't matter. If he's gonna S3 onto the flan, I think he's just dead. I do not think that's the plan. Okay, cool. But that means that we get one more stack. What if I S2 here? I wonder, can you plant Pilfer without hitting him? Oh, you can. Wait, that is sick. Wait, this character is not balanced. What the hell? I'm obviously gonna sit here for a sec, but like, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Okay, that's fine. We're gonna S1. Oh my god. I think if I wanted to, wait, do I have my Soulburn S2 up again? I do, and I could steal. Wait, this character is diabolical. Oh my god. Wow, Rinak is okay. We'll do one more. Rinak looks, I don't know, maybe I'm getting really lucky matches, but oh my, I've got the book, and like, I guess if they had Bellion, I would have been in a bit more trouble. But wow, like, that was a really strong opening too. Like, they had a Runka, they had the FCC, they had the Elena. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Okay, for what it's worth. Okay, now we can see the other side of the matchup. I don't even. FCC. I guess like characters that maybe take an extra turn would be bad for him to deal with, but truth be told, I don't even know what you would do against Rinak. I mean, that character looks a little bit crazy, if I'm being real. I don't have immunity on my Fire Flan, so that might be a bit of a problem. He would need souls too, though, actually. So maybe like the solution here is to just have effect resistance. Candy. There's gotta be a good option here. I think we just have to run Solitaria and we ban this. Okay, so I mean, like, in theory he's got, oh, what the, he banned that instead anyway. Okay, so we have a couple DPS that can't really get affected by Rinak too easily, but this looks like we're in for a ride. Okay, I mean, if he S3, I mean, if he pilfers, I think he's in trouble. Oh, what the? Oh, Tori is gone? Question mark. 7,000 fixed damage. I don't think I die. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay, I should S1 or S3 the Fallen Cecilia. He's going to S3. Actually, I don't know if he's going to S3. Oh, nice. Activates passive. Stuns. Oh my. Bastion of Hope Ilanov. What in the hell am I even fighting against? Oh, he's cleansing himself. Interesting. Oh, this is not gonna spell well for my. Oh, this does not look good for. This is not looking too good. Actually, wait. Oh. Okay, he does have all the barriers and stuff, but. Or he does have all the indomitable wills. I think there's a chance that we simply. Wow, that barrier is so thick too. She actually took no damage at all. Oh, please tell me there's a way that I cut. Nope. I think Ilanov is about to kill me. I think the Rinak was pretty successful. I think she looks, as you guys are seeing, a little bit crazy. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more testing to see what counters her or how she gets dealt with. But guys, she looks fantastic. I mean, again, if you guys are curious about what my Rinak build looks like, she's essentially as fast as possible. I think having souls or maybe pre-banning Bellion would be nice for Rinak, and obviously you don't want to have to deal with Zio or the Harsettis of the world if you're trying to play Rinak. But if you fight against a team that doesn't have these units available, I think she's definitely maybe an Acid-esque type character or a very fast type character that can eliminate or go 1-for-1, and I think that's pretty impactful. So if you aren't someone that's going to pick up Rinak or that's been on the fence about picking up Rinak, I definitely suggest you do so. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good night.